So this was a message that came through a couple days ago, so April the 2nd, 2020, in the midst of the global pandemic, COVID-19. And I think it's a very pertinent message, and I wanted to share it with everybody. Today is the dawn of a new era. As you are now experiencing, gone are the ways that you once knew. This does not mean that certain ways of living or aspects of them will not return. But it does mean that fundamentally the ways in which the human collective operates as a whole is and will continue to shift and expand. To do this quickly and effectively, quote-unquote chaos needed to present itself. Because as we have stated multiple times, change does not occur or present itself as an acceptable potential if things are just kind of, sort of uncomfortable. Powerful potential is born out of discomfort. Innovation is the result of ingenuity. Prosperity is created out of challenge and discourse that is reconfigured by utilizing the magnets available at this time. Yes, there will be trying times. There will be a conglomerate of emotional turmoil that will arise in practically all beings on your planet at this time. And this is exactly what needs to happen for change to occur. Buried and ignored emotions must have an opportunity to surface. Should they be given the chance to be released and recycled into vibrant, renewed energetics that will then aid to the vitality of the energetic grid of the earth. This is what gets forgotten but remains one of the most powerful truths and tools of the human spirit and being. The recognition and acceptance that it is only energy that holds all tangible things in place. It is energy that translates into a reality. It is energy that heals, not pills. It is energy that transforms regulations into desires for a better way of life. It is energy that creates abundance or lack of and everything in between. You, them, all beings, all things, all thoughts, all emotions, all actions are energy organized differently, but methodically. Right now, the energy on your planet is being methodically organized to be conducive to a change in behavior, which stems from beliefs, which stems from the past becoming the present, and holding the energetic vibration of the present. In this present moment, we encourage all of you to tap into your divine ability to converse with what you would call your higher self. This is what this time, in part, is asking of you. Many on the planet will and are missing this call because their focus is elsewhere. But for those of you who are taking and making the space for your soul and personal growth, you will receive this message or may already have. The call is to reunite more fully with your divinity, to establish a clearer connection with your higher self, that part of you that resides in the non-physical and has the ability to see the grander scope of what is actually transpiring currently on your planet. Your logical mind will not be able to make sense of it because from the materialized human perspective, it will seem overwhelming due to the severity and rapid progression of the force at hand. Your higher self, on the other hand, is holding your hand, asking you to have faith in the divine unfolding of creation, which comes in many different forms, not always pleasing to the senses, yet necessary all the same. Your higher self will be and is your roadmap. You will always know where you currently are and what the next best step forward is. It always moves forward, never back. Backwards is the direction of an over or underinflated ego. The soul operates from the guiding principle of expansion. Therefore, in order for all of you to connect to the idea of expansion, you must first connect with your higher self. In times of what appears to be dysfunction, we strongly encourage spending time getting to know the higher self. How do you communicate with it? What do you do with the information you receive? Do you choose only to accept the seemingly positive information and push the rest aside? We remind you again that growth, especially the kind of growth required now at this time, cannot be accessed through a lackadaisical approach. In other words, it takes disruption to get your attention. It takes shaking up the old in order to make room for the new. It takes a swiftness of the energetic current to disable the stagnant current that is harboring non-movement. Life is not meant for stagnation. As you continue to move into a higher state of consciousness, you will notice a pushback from those grasping onto what once was, because they have not been able to move out of the current stagnant energy. It's as though they have found a corner to hide with all the false pretenses of what abundant living is. They have become so engaged with the materialistic form of living that they have forgotten what it's like to connect with the non-physical, non-material abundance that connects all life. It's in this sense of disconnect that fears are born, because disconnect is not part of eternal living. Not only is the sense of disconnect the problem, it is compounded by the lack of self-awareness. This is the single most valuable tool all of you have: the ability of self-reflection, the ability to self-reference, the ability to return to your divine roots of creation because you choose to. Simply observing your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions brings you back to your divine roots of creation. It's the observer that is lacking in many on the planet. Without the observer, there is no unbiased witness that can then be used as a referencing mechanism in the future. You must birth within you the part of you that will observe without judgment, both your own actions along with the actions of others. From the perspective of the objective observer, the personal does not exist. Therefore, judgment is removed from the equation and simplicity replaces complexity. As the observer, you will find the way to your soul because you will remove the rubble that is blocking the entrance that you are looking for. Problems become potentials, challenges become creations, trials become tribulations, and anger becomes love, and love replaces all feelings associated with uncertainty. Your higher self is asking all of you to reconnect, and as you reestablish this magnificent relationship, you will see how difficult life was without the full integration of your soul, and you will not desire to return to what once was because clarity will be the prevailing wind that sets your sail and the sails of the global community in the direction of the new paradigm of living life on Earth.